Have you ever wondered if happiness in old age is less about what you do and more about what you stop doing? Society often tells us that staying busy, staying productive, and keeping up with expectations is the key to fulfillment. But what if I told you that slowing down, letting go, and even being a little lazy in the right ways could actually make you happier? It might sound counterintuitive, but the truth is the most content seniors have mastered the art of doing less. Less worrying, less controlling, less chasing after things that no longer matter. Think about it. How much of your stress, even now, comes from expectations, either your own or those placed on you by others? The need to be perfect, to be right, to keep everything under control. It's exhausting. And yet, so many people carry these burdens well into their later years, only to realize too late that they spent their precious time focused on things that didn't actually bring them joy. But here's the good news. You don't have to make that mistake. There's still time to shift your mindset, to ease up, to release unnecessary stress, and to truly embrace the freedom that comes with aging. You see, the happiest seniors aren't the ones who try to do everything, fix everything, or control everything. They're the ones who understand that happiness isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about removing the things that weigh you down. It's about letting go of perfectionism, overthinking, and the constant need to prove yourself. It's about stepping back from unnecessary arguments, releasing the need for external validation, and giving yourself permission to not care so much about things that don't serve you. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. There are 8 key areas where you should allow yourself to be lazy as you grow older. 8 things that if you do less of them will actually bring you more peace, more joy, and more fulfillment. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're practical, life-changing shifts that will allow you to finally breathe, relax, and enjoy life in a way that perhaps you never have before. So let me ask you, what if the secret to a happier life wasn't in doing more, but in letting go more? What if instead of pushing yourself to meet expectations that no longer make sense, you gave yourself permission to be still, to simplify, and to focus only on what truly matters? Imagine the weight that could lift from your shoulders. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you don't have to keep up with the world. You just have to be in whatever way feels best for you. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll see that sometimes taking your foot off the gas isn't giving up. It's actually the smartest, healthiest, and happiest thing you can do. Let's dive in. Section 1, the art of letting go, why doing less is the key to happiness. As you age, you start to realize something that younger people often miss. Not everything deserves your time and energy. In fact, the secret to a happier, more peaceful life isn't about doing more. It's about doing less of the things that drain you. There's an old saying that goes, what you hold on to holds on to you. And nowhere is this truer than in the habits and worries we cling to as we grow older. The happiest seniors aren't the ones running around trying to please everyone or control every outcome. They're the ones who have mastered the art of letting go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you shift your focus to what truly matters. You let go of overthinking, of the need to prove yourself, of pointless arguments, and of chasing after things that no longer serve you. You stop clinging to stress and start embracing simplicity. The truth is, happiness is often buried under unnecessary burdens, and the sooner you learn to put those burdens down, the lighter and happier your life will feel. So let's explore the 8 key areas where doing less will bring you more joy. Section 2, 8 things to be lazier about for a happier life. 1, stop overthinking. Let your mind rest. One of the biggest thieves of joy isn't something external. It's the constant chatter in your mind. Overthinking is exhausting, and the older you get, the more you realize how much of your life was spent worrying about things that never even happened. The happiest seniors have learned to quiet their minds and live in the present. They no longer replay past mistakes or stress over things they can't change. Instead, they embrace the beauty of now. When you stop overthinking, you free yourself from the mental prison of what-ifs and should-haves. Instead of dwelling on regrets, you learn to accept the past for what it was, a collection of lessons, not something to punish yourself over. Instead of worrying about the future, you learn to trust that life will unfold as it's meant to. Peace comes when you release the need for absolute certainty and simply allow life to flow. If you find yourself trapped in overthinking, practice shifting your focus. Go for a walk, engage in an activity that brings you joy, or simply breathe deeply and remind yourself that not every thought deserves your attention. Letting go of excessive thinking doesn't mean ignoring your responsibilities. It means choosing peace over unnecessary mental clutter. The less time you spend analyzing every little thing, the more time you have to actually live. 2. Quit seeking approval. Live for yourself. How much of your life have you spent worrying about what others think? Seeking approval is a habit that starts early and can follow you well into old age, unless you decide to let it go. The happiest seniors are those who no longer feel the need to impress anyone. They dress the way they like, speak their minds, and make choices based on what feels right for them, not on what will please others. Living for approval is exhausting because it means constantly adjusting yourself to fit someone else's expectations. But the truth is, no matter how hard you try, you can't make everyone happy. People will always have opinions, and they will change depending on their own perspectives, not your actions. So why waste time trying to control something you never could in the first place? When you stop seeking validation, you gain something far more valuable: freedom. You get to live life on your own terms. You get to enjoy your days without worrying if someone else approves of your choices. It's your life, and the only opinion that truly matters is your own. When you start living authentically, something amazing happens. People respect you more, not because you're bending over backward to please them, but because confidence and self-contentment are magnetic. 3. Be LAZIER about arguments. Choose peace over proving a point. There was a time in life when proving yourself felt necessary. Maybe it was at work and relationships, or even in casual conversations. But at this stage in life, the question you must ask yourself is it worth it? The happiest seniors have realized that most arguments are a waste of time and energy. Holding on to the need to be right doesn't bring happiness. It just breeds stress and resentment. When you choose peace over constant debating, you protect your emotional well-being. You don't have to engage in every disagreement. You don't have to respond to every rude comment or challenge every opinion that contradicts yours. Sometimes the best response is simply a smile and silence, not because you're weak, but because you understand that peace is more valuable than being right. This doesn't mean you should let people walk all over you. It simply means you learn to pick your battles wisely. If an argument doesn't add value to your life, why entertain it? Let others have their opinions and reserve your energy for things that actually bring you joy. The more you let go of unnecessary conflicts, the lighter and happier you will feel. 4. Stop trying to control everything. Embrace uncertainty. Control is an illusion. No matter how much you plan, life will always have its surprises. The happiest seniors have learned to embrace flow, to trust that things will unfold as they are meant to. Trying to control everything, whether it's people, outcomes, or circumstances, only leads to frustration. When you release the need for control, you open yourself up to peace. You realize that your responsibility is not to micromanage life, but to respond with grace to whatever comes your way. You can't control your children's choices, the opinions of others, or the future, but you can control how you react. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means recognizing what is and isn't within your power. You can still influence your own life, but without the weight of believing that everything depends on you. Trust life. Trust that even if things don't go exactly as planned, they will still work out in ways you may not have expected. And in that trust, you'll find true peace. 5. Release perfectionism. Good enough is truly good enough. Perfection is a myth. The happiest people in old age aren't the ones with the tidiest homes or the most flawless routines. They're the ones who have let go of the need to be perfect. They understand that good enough is good enough. Perfectionism creates unnecessary stress. It keeps you stuck, worrying about minor details that don't truly matter in the grand scheme of things. Do you really need your living room to look like a showroom? Do you really need to bake the perfect cake for a family gathering? The answer is no. What people remember isn't perfection, but connection. When you stop obsessing over perfection, you make room for joy. You can laugh at your mistakes. You can enjoy life without the constant pressure of doing everything flawlessly. Give yourself permission to be human. The world doesn't need your perfection. It just needs you as you are. 6. Be lazy about material possessions. Declutter your life. The happiest seniors understand that stuff doesn't bring happiness. Experiences do. Letting go of excess belongings doesn't mean losing memories. It means making space for the things that truly matter. Clutter weighs you down both physically and mentally. Every unnecessary item in your home is something you have to clean, store, or worry about. Downsizing isn't about deprivation, it's about freedom. A simple home means fewer distractions, less stress, and more room for meaningful moments. Instead of accumulating more, focus on simplifying. Keep only what serves you and let go of the rest. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel when your surroundings reflect a life of peace, not excess. 7, quit people pleasing, prioritize your own happiness. Saying yes to everyone else often means saying no to yourself. The happiest seniors have learned to set boundaries. They've realized that they don't have to attend every event, do every favor, or meet every expectation. It's okay to say no. It's okay to protect your time and energy. People who truly care about you will understand, and those who don't, well, their approval isn't something you need to chase. When you prioritize your own well-being, you create space for the things that genuinely bring you joy. You no longer live according to obligation, but according to what feels right for you. 8, stop worrying about the future, live in the now. The happiest seniors aren't consumed by what ifs. They don't dwell on fears of the future. Instead, they trust life and focus on what they can enjoy today. The future will come with or without your worries. So why not choose to be present? Enjoy the small moments. Appreciate what you have now. Let go of the stress about things you can't predict. When you stop fearing the future, you free yourself to truly live. And isn't that what happiness is all about? Section 3, the power of doing less, how letting go transforms your life. There comes a point in life when you realize that happiness was never about having more, doing more, or proving more. Instead, it was about letting go of overthinking, of the need for approval, of the burdens that were never yours to carry in the first place. The happiest people in old age have learned this lesson well. They have become lazy in the best way possible, choosing peace over stress, choosing simplicity over excess, and choosing to focus on what truly matters instead of wasting their energy on things that do not. If you take away just one thing from this, let it be this. Life becomes so much lighter when you stop caring what doesn't belong to you. Imagine waking up in the morning and feeling no rush, no pressure, no anxiety about what others think or what the world expects of you. You are free to enjoy your day exactly as you want. Whether that means taking a slow walk, reading a book, or simply sitting in silence watching the birds outside your window. This isn't laziness in the negative sense. It is deliberate laziness. It is the conscious decision to let go of unnecessary obligations and embrace the beauty of simply being. For so much of life, we are taught that our worth is tied to how much we accomplish. We spend decades proving ourselves at work, in relationships, in the eyes of society. But what happens when you no longer need to prove anything? When you are at an age where you have already built your legacy, already raised your family, already given so much of yourself? The truth is, the only thing left to do is to enjoy the time you have, and that means removing anything that stands in the way of your peace. Overthinking, let it go. Your mind deserves rest. You have spent enough time analyzing, predicting, and worrying about every possible outcome. At this point in life, it is time to trust yourself, trust the universe, and let life unfold as it may. Not every thought needs to be entertained. Not every problem needs to be solved immediately. There is great peace in realizing that the world will continue to spin, even if you do not spend every waking moment worrying about it. Seeking approval? It is no longer necessary. You do not need permission to live your life in the way that makes you happiest. The people who truly matter, the ones who love and respect you, already accept you as you are. And as for the rest, their opinions do not hold power over you. The greatest gift you can give yourself is the ability to live freely, without fear of judgment or the need to conform to expectations that no longer serve you. Arguing, what's the point? The happiest seniors have learned that most arguments are just wasted energy. Being right does not bring peace. Letting go of petty disagreements, choosing silence over conflict, and prioritizing your own tranquility is one of the best decisions you can make. There is a deep wisdom in knowing when to walk away, when to let things slide, and when to simply say, you may be right, and carry on with your day. Trying to control everything? It is an exhausting battle that no one ever truly wins. The moment you surrender the illusion of control, life becomes infinitely easier. You do not need to manage every little thing, solve every problem, or dictate every outcome. Trust in the natural flow of life. Sometimes things work out even better when you stop trying to force them into place. There is freedom in knowing that it is not your job to control the world. It is your job to live in it. It's perfectionism. It is overrated. The happiest people are those who embrace the messiness of life, the imperfections, the mistakes, the moments that don't go exactly as planned. There is beauty in imperfection, in spontaneity, in the unexpected. Instead of chasing perfection, why not chase joy? Why not allow yourself to simply do your best and let that be enough? Material possessions, they are just things. The happiest seniors are the ones who have realized that less is more. Fewer things mean fewer worries. A home filled with simplicity is a home filled with peace. Decluttering is not just about removing objects. It is about creating space for what truly matters. When you let go of unnecessary possessions, you make room for joy, for lightness, for a sense of calm that cannot be bought with money. People pleasing, it is a habit worth breaking. You have spent enough of your life putting others before yourself. Now is the time to prioritize your own happiness. Say no without guilt. Set boundaries without fear. You do not owe anyone an explanation for choosing what is best for you. True kindness does not come from self-sacrifice. It comes from honoring your own needs while still being compassionate toward others. And finally, worrying about the future, it is a waste of the present. The future will come whether you worry about it or not. What matters most is the moment you are in right now. Happiness is not found in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's uncertainties. It is found in today's simple pleasures. A warm cup of tea, the laughter of a loved one, the feeling of sunshine on your skin. These are the moments that make life beautiful. The real secret to happiness in old age is not about doing more. It is about doing less of what drains you and more of what fills you with peace. It is about slowing down and savoring life instead of rushing through it. It is about choosing rest over stress, contentment over comparison, and presence over distraction. The happiest seniors have figured out that life is not a competition. There is no prize for who stays the busiest, no trophy for who accumulates the most stress. The only thing that truly matters is how much you enjoy the time you have. So as you move forward, ask yourself, what can I let go of today? What burden have you been carrying that you no longer need? Give yourself permission to be lazy in the best way possible, to relax, to breathe, to focus only on what brings you joy. You have earned this peace. You have earned the right to live on your own terms. Happiness is not about doing more. It is about doing less of the things that no longer serve you. Let go, embrace simplicity, and watch how much lighter and freer life becomes. Because at the end of the day, the best thing you can do for yourself is to stop chasing, stop striving, and start truly living. If there's one truth about life that becomes clearer with age, it's this: you don't have to hold on to everything. The happiest people in old age aren't the ones clinging to every expectation, every argument, or every worry. They're the ones who have learned to release. They understand that happiness isn't about what you add to your life. It's about what you let go of. It's about easing up, embracing simplicity, and finally giving yourself permission to stop chasing the things that never really mattered in the first place. Think back on your life for a moment. How many sleepless nights were spent worrying about things that never actually happened? How many years were devoted to proving yourself to people who have long since disappeared? How much energy was spent on perfection, on control, on pleasing others, only to realize that none of it was truly necessary? Now imagine if you had been a little lazier about those things. Imagine if you had worried less, fought less, and stressed less. Would your life have been any worse? Or would it have been lighter, freer, happier? The truth is, happiness in old age is not about working harder, doing more, or striving for perfection. It's about knowing when to stop, when to step back and say, that's not worth my time anymore. When to choose your peace over your pride. When to let go of the habits, thoughts, and expectations that do nothing but drain you. It's about realizing that you don't have to carry everything, that you never did. So what if you stopped overthinking? Imagine how much mental space you would free up if you simply let your thoughts pass by instead of analyzing them to exhaustion. What if, instead of obsessing over past mistakes, you chose to accept them as lessons and move forward? What if, instead of worrying about the future, you simply trusted that life will unfold as it should? And what if you stopped seeking approval? Imagine the freedom of waking up each day knowing that you don't need to impress anyone, that you don't have to justify your choices, explain your boundaries, or conform to expectations that no longer serve you. You get to live for yourself now. You've spent enough time making others comfortable. It's time to prioritize your own peace. What if you chose to be lazy about arguments? Not every battle needs to be fought. Not every disagreement needs a winner. There is more peace in walking away than in proving a point. The happiest people have learned that choosing silence is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. You don't have to waste your breath on things that do not add value to your life. And what if you stop trying to control everything? Life is unpredictable, and it always has been. Trying to control every outcome, every relationship, and every little detail of life is like trying to hold water in your hands. It will always slip through your fingers. But when you stop grasping so tightly, when you let things be, you make room for peace. You make room for surprises, for joy, for the unexpected beauty of a life that unfolds naturally. Maybe you let go of perfection. Maybe you finally accept that good enough is good enough. The happiest seniors are not the ones with the neatest homes or the most flawless routines. They're the ones who laugh at their mistakes, embrace the imperfections, and let life be messy sometimes. They understand that memories matter more than spotless floors, that connection matters more than control, and that joy is found in the moments where you simply let yourself be. Or perhaps it's time to let go of stuff. The happiest people are not the ones who have the most possessions. They're the ones who have the least weighing them down. A clutter-free home is a clutter-free mind. You don't need to hold on to everything. Your memories are not in the objects you keep. They are in the love, the laughter, and the life you've lived. Keep what matters. Let go of what doesn't. Mhm. And above all else, maybe it's time to stop worrying about the future. The future will come, with or without your anxiety. The happiest people have learned to focus on now, on the sunlight streaming through the window, on the laughter of a loved one, on the simple pleasure of a quiet morning with a warm cup of tea. The only moment you ever truly have is this one. Don't waste it in fear of what's next. At this stage in life, you've earned the right to rest, to relax, to slow down and enjoy the simple, beautiful things you once rushed past. You no longer have to prove yourself, fix everything, or carry the weight of expectations that were never truly yours. You have permission to be lazy about the things that don't matter so that you can be fully present for the things that do. So as you move forward, ask yourself, what can I let go of today? What burden have you been carrying for too long? What expectation can you release? What stress can you decide right now to stop giving energy to? The moment you choose to put it down, you will feel lighter, you will feel freer, and most importantly, you will feel happier. Because happiness in old age is not about doing more. It's about doing less. Less stressing, less worrying, less striving, and more living. And if you can embrace that truth, if you can allow yourself to let go, then you will have unlocked one of life's greatest secrets, the art of truly enjoying the time you have left.